Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan and I am a busy mom of a toddler and I lost 61 pounds recently. So I want to share with you today everything that I stopped doing to lose 61 pounds as a super busy mom. So let's just go ahead and dive into it. The first thing that I did is I switched to a plant-based diet. Now this is probably a little bit extreme to some people, but I was already not consuming dairy products, pretty much all dairy products, and I wasn't having eggs because of my daughter's food allergies. But then when she got more food allergies, including beef and chicken and turkey, I completely switched with her to a completely vegan diet, and that is the main thing that helped me so much because I was having issues with inflammation and swelling and joint pain. And once I took all animal products out of my diet, all of that went away for me. It was crazy. The second thing that I did was I stopped cooking with oil, which also is probably a touchy subject for some people because people feel like you have to have oil. You're told that oil is healthy, when in reality, it's just not. I mean, there are some things in it probably that are great, like omegas, but you can get those from the whole foods, and it's better that you get it from the whole food instead of the super processed oil, because with the oil, you're missing out on all of the good things like fiber that comes with it. So I completely stopped cooking with oil. I started air frying things without oil, water frying things using either water or broth, and I will say this, I don't miss it. So there's that. And you know, when fat is 9 calories per gram, it adds up very, very quickly in your diet. The thing that was probably the hardest for me personally was to find like a pasta sauce that didn't have oil, because all of the store-bought ones typically have oil unless you find fat-free ones. But my stores like don't carry fat-free pasta sauces like at all. So I had to start making my own simple recipes with it, and let me just say I do not miss the store brand pasta sauces. The third thing that I did was I stopped counting calories, and as someone who tried like If It Fits Your Macros, and I worked with a coach who gave me calories and macros to hit, yeah, it just didn't work for me. And especially as I became a new mom and trying to work through all of those struggles, I didn't have time to like plug things into my MyFitnessPal. Like I literally did not. So what I did was I followed the principle of calorie density and looked at the calorie density chart. And I also kind of sort of dabbled with the 50-50 plate by Dr. McDougall, where you have half of your plate in starches and half of your plate in veggies that are non-starchy. So really, I just focused on eating low calorie density foods and never looked back for MyFitnessPal, honestly. I literally just like don't have time to be like measuring and weighing and doing all of that stuff. And if you follow calorie density, you don't have to do that because most of what you're eating is going to be super low on the calorie density chart, which means it's also pretty high volume. So it's so easy. The fourth thing that I did is I stopped worrying about protein. Now, the only time you would ever really need to worry about protein is if you are an athlete or if you are into like bodybuilding, where you're worried about your muscle mass. And not to say that muscle mass isn't important, but most people for general activities don't need a ton of protein. You don't need to worry about counting that either, because everything on a plant-based diet has protein in it to some degree. So you're never gonna be like protein deficient because that's just not a thing. If you have specific goals, that's gonna be completely different because you have to work to that specific goal. And if you are doing things like bodybuilding or lifting super heavy, then the amount of protein you're taking in totally matters. But again, that is like a very specific case. Like for the general person, general mom trying to lose weight, even if you exercise and work out, you don't need to really worry about your protein. You just don't. The fifth and final thing that I stopped doing was drinking my calories. I previously was obsessed with like Starbucks coffees, Dunkin' Donuts coffees, Frappuccinos, I don't know, Slurpees, for example. Loved a good Slurpee. But once I started having vestibular migraines and I had to take caffeine out of my diet, I also had to take those really high calorie drinks out of my diet, and I feel so much better because of it. And I'm not consuming all those extra calories. Like if you think about, you know, a Starbucks coffee or a Frappuccino, I mean, you're drinking anywhere between 200 and 400 calories, like easy. So if you take that out of your diet and replace it with water, or with, my favorite is Spindrift, which is just sparkling water with fruit juice, there may be like 9 or 10 calories a can. And you still get like a little bit of a flavor and sugar, which is different than like a LaCroix, which is just gross. So you replace those super sugary things with things that are not so sugary, but still have just a little bit that kind of satisfies that need. Plus the bubbly water helps too. You will very easily see some weight loss just from taking out those extra calories from what you're drinking. And it honestly, like, it sounds so simple, but I know from experience that it's not super simple to take those things out of your diet. You have to come down from that caffeine and that need for sugar. And if it's part of your routine, it may make it even harder, which it was kind of hard for me. But, you know, I had no choice with my migraines. Like, I just didn't have a choice. And I do feel like that definitely helped me lose the weight that I wanted to lose and keep it off, because once again, like, I'm not having that extra 200 to 400 or more calories a day that I would have been having with just drinking those things like once a day. So just keep that in mind if you are a busy mom on a weight loss journey. And I realize that, you know, caffeine as a mom is kind of like the in thing to do. Like, you feel like you need that caffeine. And let me just tell you, I am doing it without the caffeine, and I am working like a crazy person, and I'm okay. I'm tired some days, but I am okay. And I don't even like crave that caffeine anymore because it's been so long since I had it. You just have to really like get over that initial hump of getting off of those favorite drinks, and then you won't feel like you need it anymore, which is kind of where I'm at now. So those are the 5 things that I stopped doing to lose 61 pounds as a super busy mom. So if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, or if you've tried any of these things, I would love to know. So definitely put that in the comments as well. Please give this video a big thumbs up. It really does help out my channel a lot. And also follow me over on my Instagram, because I'm posting a lot of busy mom weight loss and plant-based content over there. Make sure that you have gotten my realistic 5-day meal plan. I will leave that down in the description box below. And in the near future, I'm going to be opening my online course and coaching program up. So make sure that you sign up and get on my wait list so that you know when I will be taking clients. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.